back with some more Pink Floyd, guys.
Pink Floyd fans.
Music
Do they call them, like, sorry?
We've had this discussion before. Don't ask me.
Pinkies?
What are you call them pinkies?
Floydies?
Yes.
I call them pinkies. Still? Good for me. I'm confused.
I don't know. You just did. Still? Good for me. Do I still do that? Okay, thank you for telling me. We're doing side 1. Next video, we'll do side 2.
Yep.
When we listen to Echoes.
Echo.
And we're going to try something different for that one too, so tune in for that one. We're going to do a slightly different format, at least for her. Okay, next is the song Fearless. All I know about this song is that it has a part in it where you hear a football crowd singing You'll Never Walk Alone by Rodgers and Hammerstein, which I guess is one of the anthems for one of the English football teams.
As in soccer.
Yeah.
All right.
Soccer to you,
right
Americans out there.
Americans.
This video uses the 5.1 surround sound mix of the album. If you're not on a surround sound system, or it sounds different to you, or maybe low volume or whatever, the link is in the description to where we use the stereo mix of the album. Fearless, song number 3 on Meddle.
By Rodgers and Hammerstein. Isn't that a musical?
Yeah, it's
musical territory.
Stuff. Yeah. Did they do South Pacific? A little country. I like that rising theme.
You say the hill's too steep to climb. You say you'd like to see me try. Climbing. You pick the place and I'll choose the time. And I'll climb the hill in my own.
I wonder if this is more reminiscent of their earlier stuff, which I'm not familiar
Just
with.
wait a while for the right day.
I like it.
And as I rise above the tree line and the clouds, I look down, hear the sound of the things you said today.
Love that part. Also very soothing.
Fearlessly the idiot faced the crowd, smiling. Merciless the magistrate turns round.
uplifting.
Gold, baby.
A lot of it has to do with the offbeats, I think. Okay, I heard Liverpool.
Love it!
I guess that's the Liverpool theme.
I really like that song. That was a gorgeous
Yeah,
song.
that
man.
was a great song. It must be a Liverpool,
Fascinating.
the Liverpool football team.
Well, pleasantly surprised. Not that I wasn't going to be pleasantly surprised, but more than I thought I was.
That rising riff slash theme, makes that song. That's just
Yes.
cool.
Just very enjoyable.
The feel of it. It's got offbeat accents, and then what I know about the next one, Tropez. This is pretty much a Roger Waters only composition and performance. I think he sings lead on it. It's the only one where he sings lead on this album, and he plays the acoustic guitar and the bass. I read that it was a jazzy shuffle. I think David Gilmour might play a guitar solo on here, but otherwise it's mostly Waters.
Okay.
Tropez, song number 4.
As I reach for a peach, slide a rind down behind the sofa in Saint-Tropez. Breaking a stick with a brick on the sand, riding a wave in the wake of an old sedan. Sleeping alone in the drone of the darkness, scratched by the sand that fell from our love. Deep in my dreams, and I still hear her calling. If you're alone, I'll come home. Backward and
jazzy.
homebound, the pigeon, the dove, gone with the wind and the rain on the airplane. Born in a home with no silver spoon. I'm drinking champagne like a good tycoon. Sooner than wait for a break in the weather, I'll gather my far-flung thoughts together, speeding away on a whim to a new day. If you're alone, I'll come home.
Yeah, this is Gilmour. His guitar sound and tones are
And
wonderful.
I pause for a while by a country style and listen to the things they say. Digging for gold in the hole in my hand. Open the book, take a look at the way things stand. And you're leading me down to the place place by the sea. I hear your soft voice calling to me, making a date for later by phone. And if you're alone, I'll come home.
You just need like one of those straw hats or a top hat. And I could just see somebody on the boardwalk doing a little.
Was that not the thing to do though? That must have been the thing. Like that's what you worked real hard where you didn't have to think about nothing. You didn't have to put on pants. Like it could just be
Yeah.
what most of us want.
I mean, that was a nice little ditty. David Gilmour sings the lead on most of their songs, but that was Roger Waters. Can you tell the difference? Just wondering.
I don't know.
I don't think it's that easy in some of these earlier albums because I think their voices are kind of treated similarly in the production.
Yeah.
Very smoothed out,
They're soft
double
male
tracked.
voices. Yes.
And
Smooth. Yes.
but later, when
And
you get to like
melodic.
Animals and The Wall, I think that it's easier to tell them apart because Roger Waters' vocal sound is a little harsher. I'm suspecting this next one may not be a standout. I know it's a bluesy number and there's a dog singing on it. It's called Seamus. So Seamus is probably the dog singing. I don't know if there's also people singing.
We like doggies. So
Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Final song on side 1, Seamus. Well, it's bluesy, all right.
I was in the kitchen, Seamus, that's the dog, was outside. Well, I was in the kitchen, Seamus, my hound, was outside.
think you really had an old hound.
Well, you know the sun was sinking slowly. Well, my old hound dog sat right down and cried.
I'm not sure whose dog it is.
They're good at bluesy riffs.
Are they playing to the dog, or did they modify the dog's howls to fit their playing? The dog is letting the musicians get their solos.
He's cornered some critter up a tree. Or his missus ain't giving him any. Interesting.
I think that was meant to be humorous. It's definitely not a fan favorite from what I read, and that's not a surprise, I guess. Although they did supposedly do that in concert a few times,
Sure.
but under a different title, I guess. And I think Richard Wright probably used like synthesized effects to simulate it. I don't know.
Okay.
You can let us know in the comments if you want.
Sure.
So that's side one.
Okay. I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
So
You like it?
when we were when we were doing the first Pink Floyd album, I was a little bit jaded, a little bit hardened against Pink Floyd.
This is a tell-all.
Because of the Dark Side of the Moon has gotten so much play in so many
Okay.
ways. It's been attached to so many different things. I don't think it's overrated. I do completely sign up for the brilliance of a lot of that stuff. It's great, but I like this better. But, you know, I'm getting hints of what they will become.
Right.
And maybe that's because I love the beginning when something is first blossoming into what they will get when they're big, when the mainstream loves them.
They were trying all sorts of stuff, but it holds. Like, it doesn't sound
experimental
dated.
in this, but it's, but they also sound very grown in their stylistic sound. Like,
Well,
this is where we're going. This is where we want to be, where it just sounds like, oh yeah, we're on to something now.
The Epic Echoes, which is one of their very renowned tracks, will be side 2. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Okay.
And when we do Echoes, we're also going to do some live. So not on the same video, but because it's such a special song, I think it deserves a little extra treatment. Before we go, I sounded like Seamus there. Before we go. Your subscription would be very helpful if you haven't subscribed yet. It really helps boost the channel's visibility. And your comments are very much appreciated and enjoyed. And liking and sharing the video helps out as well. Thanks. And if you'd like to leave us a tip, you can do so through PayPal or the thanks button in some of our videos. Thank you to our patrons because they are wonderful people that support us greatly.
Thanks, guys.
And we need that support because you can't really monetize these videos on YouTube, so it's very much appreciated. We are going to be doing Pink Floyd live in Pompeii on our Patreon. We'll do some of it on YouTube, but most of it's going to be on Patreon. The link's in the description. We have extra videos there. All right, a very enjoyable side 1. We'll see you for side 2. Until then, stay safe and we'll see you then.